Welcome to our low-speed and utility vehicle safety course. Which of the following is a low-speed or utility vehicle? Because low-speed or utility vehicles are relatively light and slower than automobiles, many people underestimate the risk of operating them. As someone who may use these vehicles at work or at home, it's important that you understand their hazards and how to avoid them. By the end of this course, you will be able to recognize hazards associated with low-speed and utility vehicles, and recall ways to stay safe when operating or riding in low-speed and utility vehicles. Which type of vehicle has more safety features? If an automobile and a low-speed or utility vehicle were involved in identical collisions while going the same speed, the people in the automobile would probably fare far better than those in the utility vehicle. That's because low-speed and utility vehicles do not have as many safety features as automobiles. For example, automobiles must have seatbelts, structural protection around passengers, airbags, and other safeguards. Low-speed and utility vehicles usually don't have these features. In addition, automobiles have crash test ratings that help owners, operators, and passengers understand how safe they are. Low-speed and utility vehicles do not. Because they are lighter than automobiles, low-speed and utility vehicles are more prone to tipping and rolling. When rolling accidents occur in an automobile, bars and other support structures are in place to protect passengers and cargo. In low-speed and utility vehicles, the only protection may be a sunshade, which can collapse or break under pressure. Passengers and cargo are easily ejected or thrown from the vehicle if the operator and passengers do not take appropriate precautions. Fortunately, there are actions you can take to stay safe when you are operating or are in or around low-speed and utility vehicles. We'll go over some general practices now, but remember that you must refer to the owner's manual, company policies, and local laws for complete safety instructions. Safe use begins with a safe operator and safe equipment. No one should operate a vehicle if they are impaired or distracted. For example, do not operate a vehicle if you have been drinking or have taken drugs or medications that may make you drowsy or slow to react. Do not operate a vehicle while using a mobile device. If you wouldn't get behind the wheel of an automobile, don't get behind the wheel of a low-speed or utility vehicle. Inspect your vehicle in a safe area. Make sure the tires are properly inflated and in good condition. At low speeds, test the steering and listen for any rattling or grinding noises when you turn the wheel. These can be signs of a mechanical problem. Tap the brakes to confirm that they work, are firm when you press them, and return to the original position when you release them. Test the horn, lights, and signals if they are present. Check for any signs of damage or collision on the vehicle. Make sure the vehicle has enough fuel or charge for you to operate it for the time and distance that you intend. If you find any deficiencies during your inspection, be sure to document them and follow the proper procedure to arrange for repairs. If a vehicle is not fit for safe operation, take it out of service. Your company may require you to lock and tag the controls so that no one may use the vehicle until it is repaired. Before you move, check your surroundings for people and objects to move or avoid. When you press and release the brake pedal on a low-speed or utility vehicle, what should happen? When you operate a low-speed or utility vehicle, remember general driving best practices. Don't use vehicles as work platforms or ladders. Racing vehicles or playing on them can lead to accidents. Keep your arms, legs, and head inside the vehicle. Do not let underage children operate vehicles, especially if they cannot easily reach the controls, wheel, and pedals. Speed is a contributing factor to instability, rollover, and ejection incidents, so it's important to maintain a safe speed. In general, never exceed the equivalent of a fast-paced walk in the absence of posted limits. Lower your speed for rough conditions and terrain. Slow down at turns, curves, and blind spots, such as those caused by trees, bushes, limbs, objects, curves, corners, buildings, hilltop crests, and other vehicles. As you might expect, low-speed and utility vehicles go faster downhill. They can reach unsafe speeds that exceed the capabilities of the braking system when they go down steep hills and declines around or above a 15% grade. It's best to consider all slopes potentially hazardous. Signs may be placed before bumps, intersections, and steep grades, reminding operators to decelerate and apply brakes. Be sure to honor these signs. Even when no signs are present, you are still responsible for driving slowly and safely. When you are descending a hill in a low-speed or utility vehicle, remove your foot from the accelerator and apply the brakes to reduce your speed and maintain control. Drive slowly straight up and down slopes, not across them or at an angle. Always choose a level area at which to turn around. True or false? When you are driving down a hill, you should travel at an angle down the hill rather than straight down it. True or false? When you are driving down a hill, you should travel at an angle down the hill rather than straight down it. Check the vehicle's decals and the owner manual to learn what your vehicle's weight and passenger limits are. Do not exceed those limits, as doing so can compromise your braking and handling ability. Adequately secure loads and balance the distribution of weight. Remember that loads may shift in transit. Unbalanced loads can cause loss of control, and unsecured loads may fall onto pedestrians or passengers. Only operate the vehicle from the driver's seat. Do not allow anyone to exit a moving vehicle. Do not allow passengers to ride in a standing position, in the cargo area, or on anyone's lap. Centrifugal force during turns can cause passengers to fall from the vehicle. Passengers on rear-facing seats may fall from the vehicle upon unexpected acceleration and turning. You can reduce the risk by making sure you do not start the vehicle until all occupants are fully seated and holding on to the handholds. In addition to helping passengers stay in the vehicle, constantly using handholds also ensures that hands and arms remain inside the vehicle. During a tipping or rollover event, no one's reflexes will be fast enough to grab a handhold. That is why passengers must hold on to them at all times when the vehicle is in motion. Low-speed and utility vehicles are small and often operate quietly. This makes it easy for larger vehicles and pedestrians to be unaware of their presence. Operators should watch for and anticipate lane intrusions from automobiles and pedestrians. Always yield the right-of-way to pedestrians and larger vehicles. If your vehicle is not equipped with turn signals, use hand signals when you plan to turn. In areas with limited visibility, use your horn, verbal communication, and eye contact to let pedestrians know where you are and where you are going. When you can, you should avoid surface street crossings and use bridges and tunnels instead. If you must go through street crossings, stop at the designated crossing areas and look both ways before you proceed. When you are ready to park a low-speed or utility vehicle, find level ground. Place the vehicle in neutral and set the parking brake. To prevent unauthorized or untrained people from using the vehicle, remove the keys. Remember that combustion engines running on fuel produce potentially deadly carbon monoxide, which is often undetectable. Do not leave your vehicle running, especially in enclosed spaces. Which image shows passengers riding in a low-speed or utility vehicle safely? You should now be able to recognize hazards associated with low-speed and utility vehicles, and recall ways to stay safe when operating or riding in low-speed and utility vehicles.